Coming up on AgweekTV, we're at the Northern Corn and Soybean Expo, where growers are learning the latest on growing their best crop.
Farmers are learning how to engage with and have a conversation with consumers about farming and food production at this South Dakota Soybean Developing Consumer Trust Workshop.
Some soil experts have advice on your best options for improving your soil health. Welcome to AgweekTV. I'm Rose Dunn. We're at the Fargodome this week for the Northern Corn and Soybean Expo. Thanks to the North Dakota Corn and Soybean Councils for sponsoring this week's show. This expo has been a two-day event until this year. Corn and soy each had their own day, but bigger is better. This year they decided to join forces and move it to the Fargodome. That gives extra space for the trade show in the Dome concourse and lobby area, and more room for educational speakers and breakout sessions as well in the meeting rooms. Organizers say it also makes it easier for busy farmers to get all the info they need in one day. It would appear they were right. Nearly 800 people attended. Joining me now are the co-chairs of this event, Ryan Wanzik of the North Dakota Corn Growers Association and Matt Gast of the North Dakota Soybean Council. Ryan, what prompted you to join forces for this event this year?
It only made sense. As corn and soybean producers, we face a lot of the same challenges, and rather than have a two-day event, we thought let's just put it all into one and make it one big event, and that way everyone can just come for one day. And
a little easier to make time for one day. What's the top concern you're hearing from growers this year?
Probably number one on the list, I would guess, is marketing. The markets have been challenging, although they're up pretty strong today. Every little move up helps, and I just think that that's number one on everyone's list.
There are a few good signs in the markets lately. Is that elevating the mood here?
I think so. It's making numbers that are at least starting to look possibly profitable, so that'll definitely help with the farming mood as a whole.
And Matt, what do you think planting intentions will be this year? Are you starting to hear some talk?
Based off the drought that some of the guys in the western part and northwestern part of the state seen last year, depending on what happens, this spring for moisture, I think we could see corn acres down a little bit, wheat back up a little bit, but I think soybeans will stay consistent or hopefully go up a little bit more.
And last year there was a lot of talk about dicamba drift damage, what could be done to mitigate, prevent that. Are you hearing some talk about that here?
That is a hot topic right now. I think guys that might be buying dicamba soybeans just to protect themselves from drift from their neighbors, and some might be using the technology to actually use it. But I think we need to follow the rules and regulations that are coming out with it, because it is a great piece of technology, and we don't want to lose it.
All right, thanks a lot. The Northern Corn and Soy Expo boasts several displays, seminars, and breakout sessions, along with two keynote speakers. Michael Pates talked to one of them, Jay Lair, the science director of the Heartland Institute.
Dr. Jay Lair bills himself as a pro-farmer, conservative scholar and author, and many of his comments here were of high interest and well received among farmers here.
I think the elimination of many regulations that have held back our economic progress without in any way endangering the environment have been excellent.
What do you see as the most exciting technologies coming up for farmers?
It is CRISPR. It's an acronym for words that no one will remember. But what CRISPR does is it's allowed biotechnologists to find things on the DNA strand that they couldn't find, to find places to insert genes or to take out genes or to alter things to improve seeds in agriculture. So it's a major breakthrough. I guarantee you the people responsible for it, they'll all share a Nobel Prize somewhere down the road. And it is going to significantly advance our ability to improve our crops.
So do you have any concerns about the environment when it comes to agricultural impacts?
None. That's a bold statement, but none. I think the American farmer does not harm the environment at all. There's no incentive to hurt the environment. If we're on a farm, we breathe the air, we drink water from a well, we need the soil. We have every incentive to do right. Not to say we don't make mistakes, not to say there aren't stupid farmers that do a bad job. But by and large, agriculture is wonderful for the environment. I mean, we're the best environmental stewards there are.
Interesting notes about Dr. Lehrer. At age 81, he still jumps out of airplanes once a week, as he has for more than 30 years, and he plans to retire at 114. Rose?
Thanks, Mikkel. Most consumers are several generations removed from the farm, and for the last 40 years, that's led to a continual erosion of farmer trust. As a result, farm groups have been working to bridge that gap. The latest research from the Center for Food Integrity is positive for farmers in that area. The results and tips for how to properly engage with consumers were the focus of recent training sessions in South Dakota. Michelle Rook has details.
Consumers trust farmers when it comes to their food supply, and that research is being shared at the South Dakota Soybean Developing Consumer Trust Workshop. Donna Menning with the Center for Food Integrity says the results of their annual survey are good news for farmers.
65% of consumers want more information about the food that they consume and that they trust farmers.
Karen Hofer doesn't take that trust for granted, and that's why she wanted to learn how to tell her story to consumers.
We want to take care of our animals so that we have a healthy, safe product in the grocery stores for them to buy.
Menning says farmers need to be transparent, listen to consumers, and answer their questions, but they can't rely on science to do that.
Until we trust someone, then we'll look to their information. How do you build trust? Shared values is a piece of that.
And Jared Questhead says with consumers several generations from the farm, it was important to learn how to have that conversation in person and on social media.
If some of us can be the connection there to farmer and consumer, we might be able to kind of jump the gap and help them understand what we're really doing with these new technologies.
In Mitchell, I'm Michelle Rook reporting for Ag Week.
Ahead on AgweekTV from the Northern Corn and Soy Expo, some soil experts have advice on your best options for improving your soil health.
Small or large, Superior Grain Equipment has a storage solution for you with a wide variety of bin options and accessories, along with site planning and superior customer service. Plus, from top to bottom, we offer the industry's best bins and warranties to protect your products and your grain storage investment. Get superior quality, protection, and reliability with generations of experience and dependability. Make the superior choice today with Superior Grain Equipment.
Intelligent farming means more crop from every acre. That starts with smart machines and precision application. Introducing the new Rogator C-Series from Challenger, featuring a newer, smarter, more precise way to apply fertilizers and nutrients, more accurately and more efficiently than ever before, resulting in less overlap and less crop damage, all to make you more productive and more profitable. To find out more, contact Butler Machinery today.
Get your row crops off to the right start with an Early Riser Case IH planter from Titan Machinery. Case IH Early Riser planters feature high-tech yet rugged planter row units that quickly adapt to the toughest seeding conditions, while leaving an optimal seed bed to promote early, uniform plant emergence. Only Case IH Early Riser planters are designed to leave a flat-bottom seed furrow, ensuring consistent seed depth and even emergence. Contact your local Titan Machinery location today for more information on the next generation of planting technology from Case IH.
Advanced Grain Handling is your regional dealer for grain handler dryers, bins, and accessories. With Grain Handler's continuous mixed flow drying systems, you're capable of high levels of grain dryer efficiency on all types of grain, including seed grain. Advanced Grain Handling also carries West Steel's quality stainless steel products for on-farm and commercial grain storage solutions. Advanced Grain Handling has licensed and trained service techs and a licensed electrical shop. Get a hold of Chad Kylo to find the perfect solution for your farm.
I'm 120, 130, 130, 55, once around the block, 212 miles right here, now having times up. So
if you're thinking about selling a piece of land, or you're looking to sell some farm equipment, or if you're thinking about a retirement or involved in an estate, give us a call. We'll sit down and tell you all about the Steffes way. We think it's a good way. That's how we approach it. If any of those are in your plans, give us a call or go to steffesgroup.com. Learn all about us. Hope to hear from you.
The Ag Week Soil Health Minute is sponsored by the North Dakota Corn Council and the North Dakota Soybean Council.
Welcome back to the Northern Corn and Soybean Expo at the Fargodome. Farmers are looking for guidance on which soil health building practices could be used to achieve on-farm goals. At this week's expo, 3 crop consultants sat down with NDSU's soil health specialist Abby Wick to talk about how they're helping farmers adopt soil health practices, what's working, and what to watch out for.
You guys are consultants in the area and you cover a lot of acres and work with a lot of different farmers. Is there a particular way that you help the farmers get into using soil health building practices or ways that you advise them?
I think the first thing we have to address is what is the goal? Every farmer, every farm has different goals, and once we prioritize those goals, then we can start helping build the practices that will get them from point A to point B.
And again, it depends on what your goal is, but cover crops can be part of it, increased crop rotation, a lot of these things help to manage these systems.
I think one of the biggest challenges has been guys think they're going no-till when they're using cover crops or going to soil health, and that's not the correct answer. The correct answer is you're doing something different. It's not, I'm going to no-till tomorrow. They might be reducing tillage, they might be going to a different system, but they're not going strictly no-till unless that is the goal. If the goal is to reduce tillage and go no-till, then they will.
I think it's about using all the tools in the toolbox. Tillage is one, using different crop rotations is one, and I don't want to handcuff any of my growers and say, no, you can't do this. I want their farm to succeed, and if going no-till is the best way, using cover crops is the best way, let's try that approach.
So what would be kind of the most common goal that you guys may come across for farmers that you work with?
So in my area, up in Nelson County, right now the main goal is, Mark, I want you to fix the salinity. Why are my field edges so white? And so right now we're trying to introduce rye, trying to use barley on some of these saline areas to try to mediate some of the lost acres.
Okay, so what are some of the other goals that you may hear from farmers that you work with outside of salinity?
So a lot of my growers are dealing with wind erosion problems. With wind erosion, a lot of times we're dealing with lighter soils, drier soils, that type of thing. So it's important for us to be cognizant of not using too much water. So we're picking different cover crops, we're picking different timings, we're picking different rates, and maybe even variable rating some of this stuff in order to address those concerns without overusing water.
Earlier in the show, Mikkel talked to keynote speaker Jay Lair, the science director of the Heartland Institute, about public policy issues that affect growers. The event's other keynote speaker, Mike Pearson, was until recently the host of the TV show Market to Market. He left that to build the genuine Pearson Cattle Company with his wife. Mike, you are still very much involved in the ag world.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, once you're in it, I think you're in it for life. It's like the mafia. And I'm still very much involved with it still. I host a daily podcast called Ag News Daily, taking a look at what's happening in the world of agriculture from a big picture perspective, and then raising cows, trying to keep them all alive.
Well, there is some sort of unexpected optimacy here about the prices that we're seeing.
Absolutely. So as we look at this week here, the week of February 12th, 13th, we've seen an incredible rally happening, particularly in the bean markets. Started last Friday, it's carried forward. We've got beans closing above technical resistance levels. We do have some optimism developing. The cheap dollar and the worsening drought in Argentina certainly seem to be getting those large-scale spec traders to cover their shorts in that market, and they're giving us a nice little bounce. Looks to me like it's a nice marketing opportunity for folks that want to unload some of that pre-harvest risk. We know that the best prices typically come before or during the growing season. It's not very often that your harvest prices are going to be the best. 2012 was a rare event. So I would encourage growers, when we get a market move like we've seen, we've put 2% or more almost on this bean market over the past, we'll call it 10 days, that to me looks like a great opportunity to reward the market with some sales. I don't want to pull the trigger with everything, but I do want to go ahead and start forward contracting if that's what I'm comfortable with, or hedging on the board. If that's something that you've done before and are comfortable with, let's lay off some of this risk, because it's entirely likely, as we talk about planting intentions, 2018 could be the first time in American history that we plant more soybeans than corn on American soil.
All right, some very good advice. Thanks for being with us today. Is warmer weather finally on the horizon? Your AgriWeather forecast is next, and later we'll have some tips on improving your marketing strategies and risk management.
Dream of building a new home, garage, shop, barn, or commercial space? What if you could create your ideal building for less than you ever imagined? Want to build a cabin in the woods, a workshop, storage space? Then call your Hanson personal building designer now, and we'll include professionally engineered, sealed plans to your new building absolutely free. Save up to thousands of dollars. Build your ideal dream for less than you ever imagined. Call now.
Martinson Ag Risk Management offers a variety of crop marketing and crop insurance packages to our customers. With over 40 years of experience, our dedicated staff works hard to ensure you get the best advice on crop insurance, marketing, and risk management. Contact Randy or any of the staff at Martinson Ag Risk Management today at 701-205-4200 or visit us online at martinsonag.com.
American Farm Equipment offers you the most effective, reliable, and simple-to-run grain dryers. Deluxe grain dryers with Moisture Link Plus G2 control panels give you the most accurate moisture and temperature readings, making it easy for you. You can monitor remotely with your cell phone, iPad, or computer. Guy Kittleson with American Farm Equipment installs deluxe grain dryers, and if needed, Guy can access your grain dryer remotely, saving you time and money. Call Guy Kittleson at American Farm Equipment today.
This is Dennis Beliski reminding you that the next Grand Forks Area Equipment and Truck Auction will be indoors at the Alaris Center March 26th. You have a lot of choices. Live auctions, a host of online auctions, classified ads, and park by the road for sale. But few will deliver the strong equipment knowledge, fast turnaround, and best regional returns that we are known for. Let us turn your no longer needed units into working capital before spring planting. The auction is March 26th and the ad deadline is February 28th. Find us at resourceauction.com or call 701-757-4015.
Luckin Trucks and Parts sells quality used parts for all makes and models. With over 50 acres of trucks and parts and new inventory arriving daily. Family owned and operated since 1966, Luckin's specializes in the sale of quality used medium to heavy duty truck parts as well as pre-owned trucks, trailers, and construction equipment. If it's on a truck, we got it. Call us today and let us get you your part.
Medium and long-range weather forecasting in this time of year, late winter, early spring, is about as tough as it gets this time of year. It's because the mechanisms for winter precipitation are totally different from the convective showers that we get in spring and summer, the ones that provide most of our growing season moisture. So long range, there's really a great big who knows this time of year. Some things are going on, El Nino, La Nina beginning to go neutral, and we're starting to see the weather pattern getting a little bit more active, and it is beginning to look like a late La Nina winter across the northern plains with cold weather lingering. And I do look for the next couple of weeks to be mostly pretty cold across most of the northern plains, upper Midwest region. There are some better looking snow chances coming up, although the storm tracks remain very important. And one thing we want to keep watching, it looks like a period perhaps of very wet weather in the southeastern United States that looks like it may expand up into the southern and eastern parts of the Corn Belt, where it may get, in fact, quite wet. A couple of little weather systems will track through the northern plains over the weekend into early in the week, maybe producing some measurable snow. There will be some significant rain down in the eastern part of the Corn Belt, and that will largely be of the liquid variety as we go through the middle of the week. The heaviest rains are likely, though, down in the southeast. Some of that may be severe weather, and the reason for this change is that the jet stream is finally beginning to take on some semblance of a southwest to northeast pattern, which is typical of this time of year. Usual wobbles in it, and there will be a bit of a split at times, which will make it really hard to get a super good storm up into the northern plains, but there will be some snow chances. Second week, you'll notice I keep drawing patches of snow through the northern plains and upper Midwest, and areas of rain through the eastern Corn Belt and across the southeast. Now, temperature-wise, it's obviously pretty cold across the north for the time being. The heat will start building up in the southeastern states, and the cold won't be as severe as it was a few weeks ago in the northern plains. That's going to be up in Canada, but it's going to be a fairly cold finish to February, and very likely a fairly cold start to the month of March, with the primary jet stream still remaining mostly to our south, not bringing any of that southern heat up our way, looks like pretty much at all. Precipitation down in South America. Favorable rain showers are likely to continue over Brazil and at least portions of Argentina. Heaviest rains way down too far south. And some pretty stormy weather over at least parts of Australia will help things out there, although it's not overall going to be fairly wet. So the general points for the next couple of weeks: Northern Plains, Upper Midwest, still a cold weather pattern, a few pretty good looking snow chances. Keep your eye on the eastern part of the Corn Belt for wetness.
This is Dennis Beliski reminding you we do auctions and we do them well. You've built your operation with hard work, and when it's time to sell, all or part, you deserve the best. Details from repairs and preparation to promotion and settlements are not routine. Chances are you'll only do this once, so we'll tailor an auction just for you and get it done right. On-site at your farm or added to one of our highly successful Alaris Center auctions, we have the skill, reputation, and integrity to meet your needs with best-in-class commitment and quality service. Find us at resourceauction.com or call 701-757-4015.
Micro Essentials is a unique product in the sense where it's a homogenized product that has 4 nutrients in every single granule. What makes it different than other products that are out in the country? So it has 4 different nutrients: nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, which is 2 forms of sulfur, and zinc in every granule. We're seeing multiple things. We have sulfate sulfur and elemental sulfur. The sulfate sulfur, we get the bulk of the use of it the first year. The elemental breaks down over time. I've had farmers come up to me and tell me that they not only see the benefit the first year in higher yield or higher quality, but they're seeing it in consecutive years. So it's a huge benefit for the grower to use it on a consecutive basis. Our overall goal is to increase our farmers' yields and help them produce a higher quality and higher yielding crop. It's giving them the opportunity to get more nutrients in one. It makes sense agronomically, it makes sense economically.
Premier Shortline USA is your dealer for Meridian storage and grain handling. 50 years ago, Meridian Manufacturing designed the first smooth wall hopper bin. This innovation set the standard for hopper bins across North America, completely self-cleaning with no obstructions. Smooth wall hopper bins have become the preferred choice for safe and efficient storage. For temporary grain storage to complete systems, contact Nate or Brent at Premier Shortline USA.
When the water's high and your yields are low, 'cause your fields have no place for water to flow, just one call takes care of it all. Call on Field Drainage Incorporated. Call on Field Drainage Incorporated. Call on Field Drainage. The experts in the
AgweekTV Soy Insight, brought to you by the North Dakota Soybean Council.
If you're looking to improve your marketing strategies, you might want to check out the Soybean Trading and Risk Management Seminar. The 2-day seminar is March 15th and 16th at 2 different locations. One will be held in NDSU's Commodity Trading Room in Fargo, the other at Bismarck State College. Both days will run from 9 to 5. You'll spend 2 days learning how trading, marketing, and risk management tools can impact your bottom line. The seminar will be led by Drs. Frayne Olson and Bill Wilson of NDSU's Department of Agribusiness and Applied Economics.
We're trying to help remove some of the uncertainties. So if you understand how the system works and understand some of the mechanics of how not only you as a farmer can do better price risk management, but also then if you're going to hire a consultant or hire a broker or work with somebody from industry, what are some of the challenges they have to face? So if you understand what's going on, the mechanics, you can do a better job of marketing.
Seating is limited in both Fargo and Bismarck locations. The seminar is free and limited to North Dakota soybean producers. Lunch is provided both days. You must register by February 23rd and can do so at ndsoybean.org. It looks like low crop prices and marginal farm profitability are pushing down farmland rental rates. Farm real estate experts tell us most farmland rental rates negotiated this winter are flat or going down. If rates will fall and by how much will vary across the region, according to NDSU Extension Farm Management Specialist Andrew Swenson. But one thing seems to hold true everywhere. They're not going up. They didn't rise in 2017 either. Average upper Midwest cropland rental rates fell from 2.5 3.5% to 4.5% from 2016 to 2017, according to the National Ag Statistics Service. Jonathan Knudsen will have much more on what's affecting rates and what to expect if you're negotiating rent in the next Ag Week magazine. Still ahead on AgweekTV from the Northern Corn and Soy Expo, we'll meet a couple of real characters. Where do you go for the latest news in agriculture? Ag Week magazine. Reaching over 70,000 farmers and ranchers in North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, and Montana. Ag Week provides the most up-to-date information on the markets, the trends, and the people who make it all happen. We're your source for news, not fluff. Dependable, trusted. Ag Week. Subscribe today by calling 1-800-811-2580.
TrueFlex Land Rollers. TrueFlex Land Rollers are designed with today's farmer in mind. With a 42-inch roller diameter, features include a heavy-duty hinge and wing lock, true roller overlap, 3-inch replaceable roller shafts, hydraulic wing steer, and more. As manufacturers, we can custom build to any size. For questions, call us toll-free or check us out online. TrueFlex Land Rollers, a division of Sprayflex.
Get ready for the biological revolution. Agzyme by Ag Concepts is the leading biological soil enhancement product on the market today. Agzyme improves soil health and fertilizer efficiency for healthier crops and better yields.
Definitely is making a difference. I really feel that it gives me a bump in the soybeans and corn. I would say 55 up to 70 bushel soybeans. We've even had as high as 75. Probably the best bang for your buck.
Join the biological revolution with Agzyme by Ag Concepts.
Upgrade your trailer to electric with the Rolltech electric system from AgriCover. Strong, flexible pivot arms and motor mount rotate and telescope, allowing the roll tube to rise and flex over heaped loads. The positive automatic lock is impossible to back off to control the flow of grain. This integrated system uses one wireless remote to operate up to 10 tarps and hoppers, keeping your driver out of the dust, rain, and harm's way. See the Rolltech system in action at an AgriCover dealer near you.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%. That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to SaveTheFood.com.
Everybody loves a mascot, right? The North Dakota Corn and Soybean Councils recently both got mascots, Bob the Cob and Susie Soybean, and they had a lot of fun and were plenty busy making the rounds and some new friends at the expo. So we wondered what the thinking was behind getting the mascots.
To be honest, I really wanted to be a mascot, and that's where it came from. We had never had a mascot before. We decided to add a playfulness to the industry and to what we do. It puts a smile on everybody's face, and that was the point of it all.
And don't forget to put next year's Northern Corn and Soybean Expo on your calendar. The show will again be at the Fargodome, February 12th, 2019. Thanks for watching this week's edition of Ag Week TV, and thanks to the North Dakota Corn and Soybean Councils for sponsoring this week's show. Remember, for all your ag news, go to agweek.com and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter as well. We'll see you next week.